what they say. Okay. I'm about to have a good day. No matter what they say. The sun is shining down on me. Birds are singing praise. I'm about to have a good day. In every single way. The God who made the universe knows me by my name, so it's a good day. Baby in my arms, walking through the neighborhood. Living in the present, not woulda, shoulda, or coulda. I remember back when I was low as a rug. Now I'm standing up, look at what my father does. Turning all things new, gray skies blue. Hear the church saying, won't he do it? I know he's got my back. That's why I'm singing that. I'm about to have a good day. No matter what they say. Sun is shining down on me. Birds are singing praise. I'm about to have a good day. In every single way. The God who made the universe knows me by my name, so it's a good day. It's a good day, no it's great. Everything I prayed for didn't come in late. I got all I need and I didn't have to wait. Ask me if you love me, you didn't hesitate. Turning all things new, gray skies blue. Hear the church saying, won't he do it? I know he's got my back. That's why I'm singing that. I'm about to have a good day. No matter what they say. Sun is shining down on me. Birds are singing praise. I'm about to have a good day. In every single way. God who made the universe knows me by my name, so it's a good day. It's a good day.
One thing God don't do, He don't play about me. When the darkness came for my name, He stepped in instantly. Every demon tried to whisper, but He silenced every lie. They thought they had my spirit broken, but my God stood by my side. He walked into the battle, and the enemy had to flee. He cleared every shadow around me, said this one belongs to me. God don't play about me. He don't let no weapon rise. He covers me with His mercy, and He wipes tears from my eyes. When the world tried to crush me, He rebuilt what they destroyed. He filled every empty corner with His strength and with His joy. He cast out every demon, every darkness that I held. He broke chains I hid in silence, lifted me when I fell. They don't know the prayers I prayed, the storms I barely survived, but God had His hand upon me, kept my calling alive. and his power never lies. He cast out all that darkness, every shadow had to leave, because one thing is forever true: my God don't play about me.
So one of these nights and about 12 o'clock, this old earth's gonna reel and rock. Saints will tremble and cry for pain, for the Lord's gonna come in his heaven airplane.
What would it be, and would you call it to his face? If you were faced with him in all his glory, what would you ask if you had just one question? And yeah, God is great. Yeah, God is good. What if God was one of us? Just a slob like one of us. Just a stranger on the bus, trying to make his way home. If God had a face, what would it look like, and would you want to see? If seeing meant that you would have to believe in things like heaven and in Jesus and the saints and all the prophets. And yeah, God is great. Yeah, God is good. What if God was one of us? hope may be in home.
Okay, good morning. Good morning, all. Um, it's 11:15. We're gonna jump in. Good morning, Sweet Tea. Good morning, Tasha. Good morning, Miss Rebecca. Good morning, Aisha. Good morning, Dominique. Good morning, Mama Love. I missed somebody. Did I say good morning to Miss Rebecca? Sally, hey, there we
You
go.
did.
I'm like, I know, who did I miss? Okay. So I'm gonna start first by saying I hate that I missed y'all on Friday. For those that do not know, I now work with a domestic violence organization, and well, I usually get the emergency cases. So when they come in, even if I have something planned and I'm rushing around, it sometimes shifts things. And we were setting up for something cold that we have outside in the form of several blankets of puffy white stuff on the ground. So I had a client to tend to, but I really missed it. So our check is going to be one, how are you arriving? How has spirit shown up for you this week? And also tell me about Friday. How great was it? Floor is open. Don't everyone rush just to tell me at once. Was anyone online there? Let me start there. Was anyone present?
Hey, Donde.
Hi.
I'll lean in. Um, this week, how am I arriving? So first of all, hey, Spirit Rising family. It's so beautiful to be with you. I'm off camera because I'm in my bathrobe and my pajamas. Okay. It's just that kind of day. Um, but this week and the last couple of weeks have been really intense for me, and it's such an interesting thing because I was like, I'm changing my rhythm in 2026, and I let go of a major line of business and all of that kind of stuff to open up spaciousness for something else, and then the year slammed me. It just came on through and was like, there's too much to do. So I started feeling the effects of that. Now, the good news is that I was engaged. I did not let that keep me from doing my prayer and my meditation and my exercise and eating well, but the desire for a slower pace just hasn't been fulfilled yet. So I'm still a work in progress, family. And if you all can pray for me, and then I felt I felt myself like my immune system being compromised, and I was like, I'm gonna take everything that I know to take, and I am well. So I'm still in the midst of living between aspiration and operation, you all, and it takes a little bit to change my dominant operating system, and yet I'm committed to it. Last thing that I want to say is that Friday was absolutely amazing, absolutely, absolutely, absolutely amazing. We had maybe 40, 50 people with us, even um, in the midst of the cold and all of the things that were threatening. But the bonds of community were so strong that they warmed all of us. We played. E. Nicole had us play, and before you know it, we are jumping up and down and laughing and running and rock paper scissoring. And Mama Billy led us, Sister Mama led us in some an energy practice where we sent loving energy with intention to those around us. And Desiree led us in uh, a, a creative exercise where we decorated our own picture frames, and Sweet and T Spirit led us as our MC in poetry, and Jaquee led us in song. She sang "Stand Up" from Harriet and had us all sing to. Oh my gosh, it was ridiculous. And Miss Alicia did a book drive and we gave the books away, and Reverend Gabby had the food that was ridiculous. So I have not cooked it all this weekend because of the food that we have left. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. For those of you who missed it, just know and understand we'll have several more this year. This year is our Sweet 16, and it is our 10th anniversary of Spirit Rising and our 10th anniversary of the Black Healers Collective. So we've got more celebrations to come. I will pass the mic in one moment, but I will share this observation that is unique to me and my position within this organization, and that is this. I walked away feeling so much love and joy in and with our community. I knew most people, but I didn't know all people. People brought their significant others and babies and elders and all kinds of things. People walked in who didn't know us and were like, man, I feel home. Feel like this is home. This is my tribe. These are my people. People walked in sort of beaten up from the how the year began, and that night became an opportunity when Jaquez sang for them to finally let the tears flow. Right? People walked in cold and tired and exhausted and left hugged up, loved on, and embraced. And I couldn't be prouder of our community. I'm like, this is what we need right here. Now, you won't find stories about our community in NPR or in NBC or those sorts of things that are purportedly telling us about the world we live in, but we exist. We exist as a holy contradiction to the chaos and the ugly, and the patterns of exploitation and domination that are eating up the collective attention of this nation. And I'm so glad. The way I know we're gonna be all right is that we exist. I walked away with that on Friday, that we exist, and that we're not alone in this world. That there are many others that are like us, that are doing their best to live within the energies of love and liberation. And so I'm heartened by this when there's a whole bunch of things to be disheartened about. I'm heartened by us. And the last thing I'll say is that our practice is so deep, right? I did not participate at all in planning Friday, and that's a big deal. I didn't participate at all. I had no participation. All I had to do was show up. I was like, amen, hallelujah. I didn't even have to clean up. I was like, what? But the multidimensional nature of Friday, where we had creative healing practice and song and intentional meal and collaboration and play and prayer and poetic wisdom and insight and energy practice all mixed up into one, was like, oh, this is a part of our DNA. This is the way we show up. It's not held by a few individuals. It's become a part of our operating system, that we use multiple modalities to create a sense of belonging and to extend feelings of wholeness, to represent feelings of wholeness and well-being within the collective. And I was just proud of us, that's how we do. That's how we do. And we held sacred space. That's how we do. So it's deep. We're deep. We're deep, and we're gonna be all right. And that's what I have to say. And thank you for letting me have the time.
I love every ounce of that. I'm so happy that you did not have to lift one single solitary finger for this to be wonderful and beautiful. Everything that you mentioned, I feel just in your words and in my body and my heart, and all the reasons why I was like, oh my God, like, can I just get there? But grace with myself, I wrote down aspiration to operation, because I think that that is a true thing of what we're leaning into a little bit more today, but a little bit more lightheartedly. Um, I think several of us may be on that journey of what in the becoming space. Um, and there's a continuum between be and becoming, that it takes a while to actualize and to wholly activate and implement the changes that need to happen. So grace for all of us in this year. I truly believe part of this snow is another opportunity to remember to slow down. And you know what? I'll speak for me. Maybe it's just me taking it as God being like, "Hey, girl, what you say you was gonna do this year, and what you still doing?" So I'm with you, Miss Rebecca. Good morning, Wolf. Good morning, Delisha. Good morning, Bertini. Thank you for joining us. General check-in before we really get started. Just wanting to hear from those that were present on Friday, all the feel-good thoughts that you have, and for everyone else, just how Spirit is meeting you this week. How are you arriving?
Hello, everyone. I am tired, tired. And even with a snow day tomorrow, we still have what they call AMI, alternative methods of instruction.
Mhm.
So even taking the joy of a snow day away from all of us. Yeah. Other than that, life is good. Um, yeah, life is um baby alert. She is due by the 2nd February. Dubai. Um, I didn't think she was going to make it this far, but she's good. Um, she's nesting incredibly, which is really hysterical to me. But yeah, so she is doing well, and thank all of you for the prayers and the support. She's getting there.
I love that, Miss Sally. I remember a couple weeks ago how you were just saying you couldn't wait until she got into the nesting stage. So the joy that you must feel watching her run around, I'm sure is so lovely. I'm so happy that she is, um, it is taking the full advantage of the process. That is so beautiful to hear. I just want to point out also that you mentioned that systems are once again taking the joy out of something that we previously had an opportunity to enjoy. So, because I think that thing comes up today as well. It's important to talk about that. I mean, yes, there was a benefit to what we learned during COVID and that we could do these other things, but it wouldn't take away the space that we needed when we need it. And that's what snow days give us, space that we need when we need it. So, um,
But
mhm,
the other part of their AMI is a lot of these kids don't have
mm,
the ability to do that at home.
mhm, mhm.
So
They
that's
just need to let y'all have a snow day.
one more weight on them,
You just need a regular snow day.
Yeah, just
Like,
snow.
just snow. Let the kids go outside, play in the snow.
Come inside with some cookies being made. I mean, whatever.
Oh, Miss Sally, you making cookies? I mean,
Um,
I can't get to you, but just
no, I'm not making. I just thought about it. All I have is sugar. I don't have any flour. I'm not sugar. I'm still trying to, I just moved into here. And so
hmm
now I don't live with a chef who has all those things. It's my cupboards are bare. They are bare, but I'm
Well,
getting,
I hope you do have some tasty
oh,
things.
there's some things in the freezer.
Okay, it's a start.
Yep.
Okay. Other thoughts, other experiences. How are other people arriving today?
Well, I am here today. Thank you for the update, Sally. February the 2nd. How wonderful, how wonderful, how wonderful. And yes, how awful that your district would take away a snow day. Just come on now, give us a break. Give us a break. And I've heard nothing but great responses from Friday night. And I tell you, y'all, I was out there for a minute and that air was sweeping through my clothes. And I mean, it was 4 o'clock. And I was like, I don't think so. I was there in spirit. I was truly with you all in spirit, but I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. I'm arriving. Huh. I've I've had guests, a 7-year-old, since yesterday morning. Yes, Sally. Yes. I haven't had a 7-year-old to stay with me overnight and may possibly be with me today, tonight. And it's been quite an experience. It's been joyful. I love the laughter and sounds of play with children, getting up, preparing breakfast, getting children dressed, all those things that I haven't done in years. And I must say, I'm just thankful I could be there for him and his grandmother. So I'm a little wobbly. Uh, this is something new for me. Good morning, Carolyn. And yeah, we'll see how I endure. Yeah. And that's how I'm arriving this morning. All smiles, all warm inside, uh, and grateful that I could be there in a time of crisis for his family.
Absolutely. I'm so happy to see you. Was uncertain if you were going to be able to join us. I'm also happy that you got an opportunity to play around with somebody so little and so young. It's just fun and joy in that. But so happy to see your face. I'm also happy that you didn't spend too much time outside. It was brutal on Friday, but it got worse. So
Yes, and I knew it would. And I
mhm.
must thank Adande because yesterday I was at my wit's end. Nothing would come to me for today's offering. And I was like, oh, Adande. And she said, well, I want to continue. I mean, so gracious, so loving. And that's the spirit of this family here. That's the collaborative, collective work that we do together every Sunday and in other spaces. And yeah, I'm grateful. I mean, grateful.
I love it. Good morning, Miss Carolyn. Good morning, Tracy. We're just checking in briefly. For those that were present on Friday, you can share all the feel goods. For anyone else, just how you arriving, how has spirit been moving in your life this week?
I'm arriving well. I feel like this year has been coming for my life relentlessly so far, but there's also been a good stretching with it, and I'm grateful for that. And I'm grateful to be here today.
I love to hear that. So beautiful. Anyone else?
Hi, Adonde. It's Jaquee.
Hi, Jaquee. That's not what it says. Hi,
I
Jaquee.
know Wolf and I are attending together today. I'll briefly come off camera. I'm looking a mess and I'm eating yogurt. But I don't think y'all see me.
Rebecca's in her robe, so it's okay, whatever you're doing.
Okay. I don't think y'all can see me. I don't understand Wolf's computer. Um but very happy to be here. Um Kicking off my week with y'all. I echo all the sentiments about Friday. It was definitely an honor to be in a space with everyone. And my spirit was really needing, community. And I feel like as I navigate this year, personally, professionally, in community work that I'm involved in, that, you know, opportunities like Friday, opportunities like Spirit Rising, and the ways that we're connecting in the work and outside of it will be ever more critical. Um, so I'm also grateful for beautiful conversations I had with Tracy, Bertini over the week, just very encouraging and ones that made me feel seen. So I'm just grateful for y'all. I love y'all. I'm happy to be here. Um, and that's it.
I loved it. I'm hearing a consistent theme of many of us wanting to lean more deeply into not just community where we are actively working, but just the type of community where it's like, hey, I see you and you see me, and we're just going to see each other in this moment. We ain't got to do nothing else but smile, giggle, cackle, and love on and around. Um, and that continues to be kind of reverberated here. And of course it does, because we're all usually in tune. So it makes total sense. But thank you for calling that out explicitly and for highlighting that that was the part that really felt tender for you. Love it. Any other thoughts? Good morning, Lizzie.
Hey y'all.
Hey, Aisha.
Um, it's so nice to be on Spirit Rising again. Um, I wish I could have attended Friday. Me and my mother here in Chicago, we had wanted to come up, but then, the winter storm, it hit. So plans changed, obviously, but it sounds like everyone had a really fantastic time. And hopefully, the next time it comes around, we'll get to attend that one, weather permitting and everything. How I'm showing up today, I am showing up in an interesting space, a rested space, which is very nice. I recently quit my job, so this past week I have not worked. So it's been nice to get some much needed rest, and just kind of recuperate and everything. Um, and also very much so, here in Chicago, we're getting a lot of snow. It's very, very cold, but I've just been in a state of gratitude that I have a home, that I have a roof over my head, that I have warmth in my home, because there's many people who might not be experiencing that right now. So I've been in deep state of gratitude for that. And also, in a state of just kind of wondering what's going to come next. A lot of folks, make plans for the new year. I also made plans for the new year. Um, and just, in that state where you're not really sure how those plans are going to come to fruition, but just kind of having faith and trusting, um, and just trying to follow my joy to the best of my ability. So, yeah.
I just like the statement, follow my joy. Like that's one of those things that not even on a t-shirt, like it needs to be like on the wall. Like follow your joy, just every day. Follow your joy. If we could just remember that, and especially in those moments when we get frustrated, when plans change, when unexpected things happen, even when unexpected things happen and it's not maybe the best um, or highest form of what we wanted, whatever. Follow my joy, like remembering that the joy still comes, that we are sourcing, we are creating constantly the best of our best, to the best of our ability. So thank you for just that. I'm glad that you're safe, that you're warm. I don't know how bad it is getting. I saw some early pictures and stuff in Chicago, but praying that you all continue to be safe and held and protected with all necessary gas and electricity, whatever keeps you warm and snuggly on the inside. And that this too is just an opportunity for rest and hopefully some relaxation, um, or a little bit of a restart. So, any other thoughts?
Good morning, everybody. I am still under the weather, and I'm kind of tired of being under the weather. Like you could get like the sickness already gives you one kind of feeling, but then it's like the fatigue from being sick for so long. That's what I'm like dealing with. But I joined Friday virtually, which was really nice. I love seeing you all play games and make art. So I still had a good time on Zoom. And Donde, I wish you could have hopped on that Zoom with me, girl.
When
But
I was working a client,
I
like
know I saw.
working, I wanted to.
Yeah. Um, so that's how I'm personally arriving. I I saw this post on Threads that I feel like captures my overall sentiment. It says half the people I know are preparing to leave the US emergently if violence breaks out. Violence has already broken out. So if violence continues to break out, and others are trying to get weapons to defend themselves. And then there's a small subset that's still in the Netflix and brunch state of living. All of these realities seem dystopian. All of them.
That is not where I thought that was going. Um, wow, that hits hard. That's real. Um, wow. Because some of us are in fight mode, some in flight, some in freeze, but the freeze is disassociation. Wow. And just for clarity, Threads is Twitter, right? No, no. What is Threads?
It's like
It's the alternative one.
Instagram. It's the like Instagram version of a
Okay.
Twitter.
I have all the things. I just don't ever, I can't distinguish them anymore. So
I don't use most of them. I'm transitioning from socials. But in the meantime,
I love that. It's, good and bad. It is an avenue and access towards information and what the world is doing. I don't utilize it the way that I think people are supposed. I don't even know what we're supposed to do with social media anymore. This is another conversation. I hope that your body, your spirit feels better sooner than expected. I hope that the energy is restored, that comfort returns, that breathing is easy, and that living becomes lighter after the endurance. So I hope that all becomes well soon and quickly. We are sending you healing and loving vibes. Somebody just popped in, but I can't see who.
Eileen just popped.
Eileen, good morning, Eileen. Good morning, Misha. I think I missed you when you popped in as well. We're just kind of checking in really quickly, how spirit is moving in your world this week, and if you were at Friday's event, what all those feel goods were. Any other thoughts?
I just want to say hello, family. I love you all. Tracy was totally lit on Friday in her leadership. It was so lovely to receive. And boy, can do I say your name right? Jacqui?
It's Jaquee.
Say it again.
Jaquee.
Jacqui can sing. Jacqui can sing so magnetically, so magnificently, and I hope to hear Jacqui singing more in this space. I had a lovely time, and it has me snowed in St. Louis. So I'm here at Lizzie's house, and I'll get home whenever the road's clear. It really filled my tank to be with you all. I love you all. And I just came back from 20 days in the mountains of New Mexico, and wow, does that land uplift my soul. So I'm really feeling full.
Is that where you were walking last week?
Yeah, my dear friend is caretaking a property on a mountaintop in Taos, New Mexico, and I got to be with him for 20 days. So that was super lovely. Yeah.
I
So
love
glad to
it.
be with you all. Glad to be in a full house.
And I'm kind of happy that you have an extended slumber party with Lizzie. I'm
I
just
do.
saying.
I
So
do. I'm having a super good time. And she's listening, but she's cleaning up her house at the same time.
understood.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. Any other thoughts?
Yeah, blessings, y'all. It's Tracy Spirit. Gratitude to be in this space with y'all. Yeah, just grateful to be in so many different collectives where all forms of liberation are being uplifted and acknowledged, from the spiritual level to the physical to the communal to all of the things. Last week was like a succession of spaces where I got to be in and be in love and community, and again be in like liberatory conversations that involve spirit, where spirit is not where spirit is uplifted and is centered and a priority, just like all of the other forms that we get free from Wednesday, to the in Some Things Must Be Heard space, to the very next day in a space called like Healing with Action, and then into Friday. And it's so beautiful that to see some of the same people in those three different spaces, right? Lets me know that I'm in the right space. You know what I'm saying? It was really beautiful. Uh, Friday was really beautiful to be in community with everyone and to like co-lead with Wolf, because our energies are like, I'm real high, they're real calm, and it was like really working out really well. The planning and how just things are in such alignment. A very small nugget is like Miss Garnita, when she came in and we were having a conversation, she was talking about a space that she is facilitating, and she was talking about the stand-up song um, that Jacque ended up singing, but she didn't know anything that we had already planned it and it was going to happen. And she was just talking about the significance of that song in her life and in the moment. And I was just looking at her like, okay, right. And so just these different experiences, acknowledgments, visions, conversations to let you know that like spirit is working through us all collectively, individually. Um, and that this time right now that is happening in the world, uh, I really feel what Brittany shared about, because even going to another country thinking you're going to escape what's happening, and I feel all three of those things. I'm on some, like, I'm a combination of all three of those. Like, I'm trying to do some Netflix and chilling, trying to do some like disassociation, trying to do some like I'm trying to lead a country, and I'm trying to prepare to fight, and I'm trying to, you know what I mean? And y'all, and I don't want to, and this is definitely like, this is from a very centered, grounded place and space. And I don't know if it's because I've been through so many different forms of hell and oppression in my life. Now I am like, my soul is okay. Even understanding the harsh realities. And you know why I feel it's because I know that I'm doing my part, right? I'm doing my part in the collective liberation, right? So I don't have any guilt. And I also don't have any expectation of this government to be anything outside of what it is. You know, and this is just a new form of what's already been existing, right? And so but what I am so grateful for is these communities that I am a part of, that are doing fucking work on different levels, you know. And so with that being said, I'll close. I love each and every one of you all that are on this call. And yeah, just gratitude, you know, just gratitude.
Love, love, love every word, every reflection of that. Um, and particularly, my soul is at ease. Folk gonna do what they're gonna do. Snakes gonna be snakes. Haters gonna be haters. Gonna hate like that's what they're supposed to do, right? All the things, but to remember that these are the communities that remind us that there is something different and better, and there always is. There's always communities that exist where people are like, nah, this ain't it. This ain't the way to be. And it doesn't mean that we're not going to experience some things, doesn't mean that we are not experiencing some things. But it does mean that the torch of, I am going to use the word righteousness in the best and most beautiful way possible that I think we embody, that it still is present, it is still alive, it still exists, it is still growing, it is still learning, it is still developing, it is still being fed, it is still being loved on and given out and shared among the community. We are still doing the thing. And, it's got to feel good. I watched several friends leave the country in the last year. Um, and I ain't mad. I'm not mad. And if I happen to take a trip and get stuck, I probably won't be mad at that either. Just saying. So absolutely to all the things and whatever you need in the moment. If it's fly to Netflix, whatever comes. Any other thoughts this morning?
I'm gonna just get in real quick, y'all. Good morning, everybody. I won't be long, like the preacher said. Um, echo to everything that everyone has said, very much here in the space with you all. I'm glad to be here. I am just gathering y'all's support and prayers because I know y'all got the ones that work. I am well, and I've had a series of very unusual events happen in the last week, like encounter with the police, a car accident, an accident at my house. And I'm like, I don't know who is trying to disrupt the flow, but I don't have time to be bothered. So I'm just saying, if you have an extra piece of sage to light for me, a candle, something, let's just go up on it. That's all I'm saying, because I'm over it, and I really just I won't be bothered. So that's all. Thank you.
You just stated everything that we needed to hear from your lips to the universe's capabilities and alignment. I don't have the time to be bothered. May you be holistically and wholly unbothered by all that comes your way, and may it bring whatever new evolvement, new addition, new start, new pathways. It may be that just that you are letting go and releasing all that you have asked to release and let go of, so that the newness can come forth. May whatever your desires be upon you now and in the most nearest future. Continue to be unbothered, because all is well. All is well. You don't have the time because you don't need it. Everything has already been worked for your good. Your alignment is already attuned. You are already positioned properly. Let what needs to fall away, and embrace what needs to be near to you. Come into your space. We are all in holy support, loving support.
Ashe.
Yes,
Thank you. Thank
yes.
you.
I got a prayer I want to offer. And this is a prayer, this is a childhood prayer from my childhood church. And I pull this one out, Misha, whenever it feels like I'm encountering over againstness or an abundance of over againstness, resistance, interference, that sort of thing. And it goes like this: crush, defeat, nullify, undo, reverse, obliterate, destroy, discredit, redeem, and restore to wholeness all the harm, the harmful effects, the harmful intentions, the harmful purposes, the harmful agents, the harmful agencies, the harmful influences against me. That would be you. In the name of the divine within, angels and ancestors attend. I read. Amen.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
Dear Rebecca,
Yes, ma'am.
can you share that somewhere for us, please?
I'm gonna stick it right in the chat, right? And we ended with redeem and restore to wholeness, right? You don't just want to cast that energy and not have it go through its own process of transformation and transmutation. All right, I'll stick it in the chat.
I love that. Any others?
I'll say,
Yes.
I would say, my last job, I worked in a very heavily Latino area. And obviously, right, that's the sort of prime target of ICE at this moment. And, you definitely can tell the impact that they're having on the community, people not going outside as much, right? And, with what recently just happened in Minneapolis, what's been going on in Minneapolis now, I saw another thread while we're talking about threads, right? Of someone saying that white folks are finding every creative way to say they're treating us like Black people without saying they're treating us like Black people now. And I find that I felt that even when I was working at my previous job, I was like, y'all are afraid of being stopped by a law enforcement agency that may or may not kill you or take you somewhere. That has been the lived experience of Black people in America since Black people have been in America. And in a really awful way, that has actually been really comforting, to know that we've been surviving open season on us, um, and that there's so much wisdom there in that experience, right? Of how do you get through these times? That it has been for me a bit of a ball. Um, it's been a bit of a relief to know, okay, we have been living under fascism as Black people since we were brought here. You know, it's just everyone else had the option to kind of find a way out of that experience, and now that is no longer an option for everyone else. And so, I think that has been the thing that isn't really any different. Like, I've been afraid to get stopped by police my entire life because they could also just decide, you know what? I feel like killing a nigga today, you know? And that is just the reality of the government that we exist under, right? Um, and that has actually helped me release a lot of anxiety. So I don't know, maybe that helps other people in a really messed up way. Because it can feel like this is a very overwhelmingly different moment in time, but it really isn't. It's always been the operating system of the US empire, you know? So, yeah.
I love that you called out historical, generational, persistent resilience um, and strength in a culture of individuals who have been consistently impacted and oppressed and suppressed and have still found ways to do things like make music and art and community and hold space and love and build families and all these things that are a testament to growth and divinity within us. And I think it is important to recognize that the nuance of people calling out something without naming it explicitly, because that still says something or acknowledges something that this country simply refuses to acknowledge. Um, and we can continue to sit back and be like, all right, y'all, because sometimes in order to, not even sometimes, but in order to change something, you got to name it, right? Right? We can't fix what we won't acknowledge. So it is quite possible that this line that we keep, I don't know, double dutching or hopscotching or whatever it is that's happening with language and the merging when people are like, yo, people have said constantly, if it can happen to me, that means it can happen to you. And if you only acknowledge it when it happens to you and still ignore the fact that it happens in general, it's a problem. And maybe we're getting closer to that line. Um, and maybe we continue to be like, yeah, like again, we've been trying to tell you. We've been trying to tell you. If you ignore it for some, it eventually will come for all. And and that sucks. Like it was not stated as a threat, but just as a conscious warning. We not we don't want this. We know you don't want it. But until we can all stop doing these things to each other, it becomes problematic. But I'm with you. Definitely eases some anxiety um, to know what we got in us. That's it. That's all. Any other thoughts? Okay, y'all have completely rearranged what I was going to do because this just started out with such good energy. And yes, I am still going to kind of preface it, but we're going to listen to a song. So I did not realize until like 10:40 something that I never pressed send on the email this morning. So y'all didn't get the email that had the title and the quotes and the whatever else. I know because I didn't send it. It was like Mama Love was shaking her head. It was 10:44 and I switched to another screen on my computer. And I was like, huh, well, this is still sitting here. But it's cool. So the title was, or is, I suppose, God's love letter. And what I want us to remember is kind of the extreme work that we've been doing this month. Again, we started off by um, naming desire as sacred. It could be conscious and divine activation of constant creation, which means a real divine potential to draw our lives or draw desire into our lives, into us, and to make things happen because of it. We also realized that that requires some unlearning from us. And we began with Tessa's reframing of sin, not as moral failure, but as misalignment, missing the mark, which sets us up to further edify embedded theologies that we no longer, and for some of us, never really did align with, like original sin or God as retributive. So we began to examine and dismantle the idea that humanity begins in defect and amplify the idea that all creatures of the universe begin and exist from the state of love and belonging, that we begin and exist in and from the state of love and belonging as our default. We remember, we are called to remember all of these steps of the way that separation is the primary myth. And we identify inner authority and inherent strength as divine proximity and holiness, righteousness already moving in and through us. So I was going to pick up here and make some comparisons between John 5, the story of the guy at the water, and Mark, I think it's Mark 5 too. Or is it Mark 3? It's Mark 5. That's interesting. The hemorrhaging woman. But I'm not going to do that because at the end of the day, um, we're still talking about embodied power. And this was just another approach or another perspective that gives an example of how we can remember and what happens when we allow systems external to us to convince us to not trust and believe in our power. So I'm going to pivot. I want us to think about if this was actually our question though. I want us to think about if God were writing you a love letter, what would you need it to say or acknowledge to you about you right now? What would it say about who you already are? And before I put that in the chat, I want you to hold that. We're going to listen to a song from En Vogue called Part of Me. I played it last week. It kind of drove the development of last week, but I want us to kind of put these things into context. Think about a love letter from God while we listen to this song, and then we'll take some maybe 5-7 minutes to do some writing and come back and share. Tasha, if you can play that song for us.
in my mind. How careless, whispers of a nation that somehow was caught, trapped in the dark and nowhere to go. I know my thoughts are telling me gotta be part of me. I can feel it. Gotta be part of me. In my heart, in my soul. The world must be calling me. Gotta be part of me. And my world comes from within. Life has no guarantee that you'll keep what you have, even though you're blessed with it. That's why I'm feeling some fear for the world. With all the greed and misery, how much real time is there? The sooner I take more responsibilities, I can truly say I am grateful for my world. Oh, the irony of trying to do the right thing is whatever you do, some will undo and sometimes destroy. And there's someone still left in darkness, and you say, gotta be part of me. And I can feel it. Gotta be part of me. In my heart, in my soul. Oh, gotta be part of me. Calling me from the depths of my soul. Gotta be part of me. Making them part of you, part of me. Everything must combine to be whole.
The world is what we make it. What we see today are the results of the mistakes they made yesterday. And what we see tomorrow will be the results of what we do today. It's a shame that peace and respect have been replaced by money and power. The children, they are the future. So teach them how to love themselves, and they will love others. Don't you see? Love, that's the key.
Gotta be part of me. I can feel it. Gotta be part of me. In my heart, in my soul. And my world is calling me. Gotta be part of me. 'Cause my world comes from within. Gotta be part of me. Making me a part of the whole. Gotta be part of me. I can feel it. Gotta be part of me. You're a part of me. They're a part of me. Gotta be part of me. We're a part of each other. You and me. Gotta be part of me. They're a part of me. Gotta be part of me.
When I tell you about a week ago, that song literally brought me out of my sleep and changed the message for last week. The last part of it, the chorus part, says, I can feel it in my heart and my soul, and my world is calling me, because my world comes from within, making me a part of the whole. I can feel it. You're a part of me. They're a part of me. We're a part of each other, you and me. Gotta be a part of me. I want us to take 5-6 minutes And think again, if God were writing you a love letter, if you were receiving a love letter, and I'm going to say God, you can say source, this can be divine within, however you would like to name, what would a love letter from divinity, what would a divine love letter look like for you right now? What would it need to say, acknowledge to you about who you are right now, about who you already are? What would a divine love letter say, acknowledge to you about you right now? Let's take a couple minutes. Yes. Take some time to deep breathe our way back into presence of this space. Yeah, I'm going to say that. I do hope my intention was that the song becomes a reminder of love as a attachment, not just to source, but to each other, to ourselves, to the depth of who we are, and the thread that connects us to each other. That it acknowledges and calls out the things that make us separate, but reminds us that there is something bigger, stronger, that keeps us bound to each other, something to hold on to, something to reach for, something to be grounded in and to settle with, something already woven into who we are. And that no matter what distance, language, circumstances, if we can just acknowledge that holy integration of belonging, our connection continues to be as natural as intended. And I think that shows up well as we are thinking of what a divine love letter to us in these moments might look and sound like now, given all the work that we've done this month in this space, what we need, what we desire, what we long for. And I'm going to stop there and simply open the floor for those that would like to share and reflect with us. The floor is absolutely open.
Dante, can you hear me?
I can.
Now, do I have permission to be real and honest?
Miss Alicia, you have permission to be the whole of all that you are in this space.
Okay, I just want to make sure because
Yes, ma'am.
sometimes my rawness can be a little rough and harsh. I
Mhm.
just want to get permission.
Bring it.
All right, all righty. Hold on, you all. Okay, okay. If I was writing me a love letter right now, it wouldn't be pretty. It would be honest. It would be heavy, and it would soak right through like a wet paper towel. It would start with, I see you. I see everything you have never said out loud. The moment you stay still because moving felt impossible. The prayers that came out angry, confused, unfinished. The way that you kept going, not because you were strong, but because stopping would have meant falling apart in places that you didn't feel safe to fall. God would acknowledge how tired you are. Not the cute, not the rest, but the important tired. Not the kind that lives in your stomach. The kind that comes from being the one people lean on while no one stops to think to ask what you need. The kind of tired that makes you question if being obedient supposed to hurt this much. The letter would also include, I know how much you have lost while serving others. I know how often you select love while grieving. I know how many times you have swallowed your pain so the mission wouldn't bleed. I know how invisible that made you feel. God will also include in the letter saying something like, that will break me wide open. You are not falling. You are not weak. You are not forgotten. you are still here because I'm still holding you, even if you can't feel my hand. It would remind you that you are already who I called you to be, not becoming, not almost, already. Your softness is sacred. Your rage at injustice is righteous. Your tears are not a lack of faith. They are just food that your heart is still alive. God would include in his letter, you don't have to keep bleeding to be valuable. You don't have to save everyone to be worthy of rest. You don't have to carry the world to be loved. And it would end with this, slow and steady, like the hands on your back when you can't breathe. I am not disappointing you in you, God says. I am proud of you and not leaving now, especially not now. Love your Father God.
My
My
God.
God.
My
My
God.
God.
My God.
Yes, yes. Ooh. Mm,
I couldn't even write fast enough, Alicia.
mm. I couldn't write. Woo.
You didn't miss no schoolwork,
Come
Alicia.
on.
None.
Can you just go back for me to the line where you said, so the mission would not bleed?
Ooh. Mm.
Give me 1 second. The mission will not believe. I'm gonna go back up. Okay.
Mm.
You can go back up to the mission now. Okay, I'm gonna read the top. I know how often you select love while grieving. I know how many times you swallowed your pain so the mission wouldn't leave. And I know how that made you invisible.
Yes. There's
Oh,
something
God.
so raw and beautiful about that stanza as a whole that really sets us up. The seeking, the desire, the want, the longing, the sacrifice, the pain, the reality of lack of change, all of the things come out, and that piece right there that is so beautiful. And to jump from that all the way to the I'm still holding you and come back to um you don't have to keep bleeding to be worthy. My God, on today. That's it. The only other part I wanted to just highlight was you saying you're already who I've called you to be, not becoming, but right now. I, mhm.
Yeah, sometimes I've always asked, and I know I said this many times that sometimes I don't feel like I'm in my purpose. Sometimes I feel like I'm not doing God's will because of something that I feel like is missing. But I also know that the devil or the enemy also, when you see that God's calling on you and God anointing on you, then sometimes the devil go like, okay, let me distract this person so that this person does not fulfill the will of God. And that's what sometimes the enemy does. And that's what I've always said. I need y'all love and hug because I'm going through a battle. And, because I know that God has a calling on my life to do something that's purposeful, for. And then I also said, I feel like I need to keep doing things to feel worthy of God, to feel worthy. And God, and so when you suggest that, I said, okay, let me write a letter as if God was to come in and to say, hey, I know I see you, but stop it. I see you. And so I wanted to be honest about how would God approach me in a way because honest and wrongness sometimes hurts because the truth hurts, right? And so I have to write it in a way that how would God approach me in truth and wrongness? Sometimes they can feel harsh if we don't, because a lot of times we want the sugar. I don't want the sugar. I want the salt. I want to feel that pain because because if God is sitting right in front of me and talking to me as a human being, how would he approach me? How would he talk to me? And I feel the letter that I just shared is how he would speak to me because he's saying stop, enough is enough. And so, and so because I do feel like I'm bleeding. At the same time, I'm keep pushing. Even like, how you step on the glass, your feet bleeding, you keep on walking, That's how I feel sometimes. And God's saying, stop. Tend to that blood. You don't have to do that. I see you.
Yes, yes, yes. I think we spent a little time at the beginning of this discussing again. Rebecca beautifully um, used words, aspiration to operation, still being in that point, but the question of how would God approach me in truth and in rawness, and I think there's also care and compassion that comes with rawness, the willingness to be that honest with self um, is beautifully necessary and clearly pulls out a whole lot of necessary truths to be heard. So thank you for going there. Thank you for going there. Would anyone else like to share? If this is how we start, and I can't imagine where we're gonna end up. Would anybody else like to share? Even if you didn't write it down, if it's off the dome, we are here for it.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Um, I was at the beautiful event on Friday and the energy was just so warm. And even though I didn't feel my best, I felt very much taken care of.
Oh,
And I was glad that I made the effort to get out in the cold. Um, I I I just kind of ad-libbed. Um, and I imagined that she would start out the letter saying, "Dear Goddess." Like this was kind of hard to write because the words that I need to hear now, I appreciate Miss Alicia's honesty and her realness. Because I feel like I wrote from a place where what would like raise my vibration towards my higher self. And I tried not to dwell in like the places of scarcity or fear. So, dear Goddess, you are a gift from the universe. Though you feel tired and weary now, know that you will persevere because you are always part of me, the greater whole, not alone. It is time to take advantage of the moment to rest and come into your being. Do not force, be gentle, and allow yourself to be bathed in what you deserve. You're already a dream maker, a bright holder of healing light and space, divine. Daughter, what you deserve is within reach. Breathe and make peace. Remember who you truly are.
So beautiful. Yeah.
thank you for the soft vulnerability of that. I imagine there's so much more. It sounded as if you were just getting going. Like there's so much more to come forth. There's so much more care and love to be given and held in that space.
Yeah.
We are grateful that you are who you are exactly in this moment. and that you yourself can see that as needing love, or being loved on and loved in. We are so grateful for you
Uh, I,
for that pathway. Yes.
yeah, because I appreciate that.
Mhm.
Um, because I've been a hot mess, like struggling to like be in my purpose, but feeling paralyzed sometimes, like in just the simplest things that seem really ridiculous. And yet we live in this time, and I just needed to hear from from a place of care for myself that wasn't always that's not just coming from outside. And thank you, Ms. Alicia. It was so good to see you in person. Oh, the chicken was really good. And yeah, um, I hope my cats will let me put them out on the porch because they are driving me crazy doing zoomies in and out of the house.
Well,
And I need peace.
I guess I guess our pets go stir crazy too.
Yeah, yeah.
And I hate that I missed the chicken. That makes me really sad, actually. However, thank you.
I miss being in person, seeing you so like saw you so much more often in the summer. And yeah, I like didn't realize like I was just like fed like in golden light, like spiritually and like physically. I was like starving. I was like sitting next to Courtney. She must think I'm like some heathen or something because like I'm like trying to get this food in my mouth before like because when I'm by myself, like the hunger is not sustained, or like I I need the community sometimes to remind that there is abundance and there is enough, and um not get unhinged by all the glitches and the AI and not being able to sign into accounts and like um I may not be able to go anywhere even till tomorrow. And like I'm I'm slowly accepting that I won't be because I work for myself on Mondays, that I won't be able to reclaim those funds. And that's like a real thing.
Mm.
Unless I move everybody to Friday. But then I was dreaming of like in bed, like taking a trip and like spontaneously seeing my mom, even though I can't talk to her about everything that's going on right now. And so while it's warmer, it's not necessarily the most ideal space of understanding. And I just appreciate having this space of understanding to vent like our insecurities, and as well as to uplift. Yeah, I'm just I'm pretty tired of pivoting. It's like we've been pivoting since like beginning of pandemic.
Yeah.
And yeah, thank you, Miss Alicia, for acknowledging all the loss. There's been a tremendous amount of loss in my life and transition in the last few years. And I reached out to Mama Urena recently and she sent me like some caring words about how she's managed to move through the loss.
Mhm. I think it's times like this where some of those things have a tendency to come up more often. You know, sometimes life in the world can be a healthy distraction. Sometimes it also takes us away from letting the feelings come up and move. Um, and when we do enough of that kind of practice behavior, it's easier to just, no, let me not say, let me flip that. It is harder when we are in spaces and it's just us and source, just us, just us and the cats, just just us and the snow outside, and still a task list and things that we need to do, and where the parts that want to move come up because they want to engage with us to get out of the way, but we still have to make decisions to welcome, to hear, to listen, to understand what they are trying to say, to sit with or to sit in the discomfort, to engage the parts that don't feel great, and to remember that. What was your last line? Give me the very last line. I'm sorry, I didn't know you had closed your book. My bad.
Breathe and make space. Remember who you truly are.
Yep.
And yeah, I started this movie last night called One Battle After Another. I don't know if any of y'all have seen it, but it's some powerful messages. Especially one of the main characters played by Teyana Taylor.
Okay.
And yeah, I wanted to stay up and finish the movie, but I thought that there was a wishful part of me that my meditation group down the street was still going to meet and I would get human contact, and then they canceled last minute. So I forced myself to go to bed at a decent hour and did not finish the movie. But then I had like all the reels replaying in my mind of like all the like weird, disturbing sexual stuff that was going on in the movie. But there's like some interesting black female, white male dynamics. Um, and it's all about like a modern revolution and in the States particularly. Um, Thank you for asking me to repeat that line.
Absolutely.
And I still need to give you a call or like,
That's all.
yeah,
We'll chat.
yeah. Okay.
Others. Is there anyone else that would like to?
Yeah, I'll jump in. So
Okay.
the response to your prompt came pretty immediately, and it simply is, and I'll put it in the chat. We are me forever, always. And that was the letter.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Forever, always.
Yeah. All of it. Mm-hmm.
It's interesting. I feel like mine s- gets there, but that's so direct and so clear. But also me internal, me God, know that me ain't gonna listen to that. So that's so wonderful and beautiful. It sounds so perfect coming from you that absolutely makes sense. I love that.
I say.
Mhm. Others, I'm laughing at me because I'm like, That's what I wrote, but that's not what I wrote. And I got a page and a half. So cool. Others, other who might be willing to share with us.
I'll jump in. I
Yeah.
didn't write anything, but you know, God, on the way to God is always my ancestors. So God be sounding like my aunties, you know. So God just be like, act like you know who you are, act like you're ours, act like you bout it, you got it, been had it, always had it. We can't wait until you do, right? Can't wait until you get ready because we're here, here to assist you and uplift you and carry you to all of the things you think you aren't, but are. Like, act like you know. What's wrong with you? You know, stop playing. That's how that's how God be talking to me.
I love that so much. Act like you know. Girl, stop playing. Stop playing. What you doing? Act like you know. Act like you know something. Act like you know we here. Act like you know we in this. Act like you know. Yes, I was hearing the song too. I love it. Absolutely. Act like you know. What else do you need to hear? Miss Rebecca, I love that you followed protocol and raised your hand. Not that I don't mind when other people just jump in. I just like that you raised your hand. Okay.
Thank you. Isha, you said just what I was going to say, God said to me. And the words you said, act like you know, and God said to me, just do it. Like, you know, just do it. Right? That y'all, I have a birthday coming up in a week. And like I'm at the stage where I understand that wanting alone is not sufficient. And that wanting is powerful. And there's a need to choose what I want, right? To choose to actively make myself available to what I want. And I have these thoughts and ideas, and then there's the, oh, but this gets in the way, this gets in the way. And I could fritter away my life like that. And it's not that I'm like, oh, I don't know how to actualize. I've managed to actualize some things in my life. And there's still parts of me where I want it, but I don't want to expend much. Right? I just want it to fall from the sky like manna from heaven. Right? And I suppose there's a universe where that happens, right? As all things are possible. And yet the operating system that I am most often within often requires me to commit to what I want. And so, like, the just do it is like, it's not just going to be magic if you're not available. My friend Bethany says, don't ask God to order your steps if you're unwilling to move your feet. And so that's what God is saying to me. And I don't want to proclaim it, right? I just want to, like, do it. Right? Just take a step, because I know how powerful a step can be. Just a single step. Like, I don't even have to take most of the steps. I just have to take, like, you know, a step, and the universe will meet me. My God will meet me in my wanting and my commitment, right? Through my choices. So, anywho, that's what God's like. Just do it. Just do it. Just do it. Let's collapse the space between what you know and what you do.
Just do it. It's interesting, that little piece between like where the desire is and you meet the required action, whatever the action may be. And the tension that may come in that space. I want the things. Absolutely. I definitely want them.
Can I just say one more thing, Adande? Like, I've been exercising, y'all, but it's dance. Like, I don't do exercise anymore that I don't like. Because I'm not gonna keep it up.
Mhm.
I'm like, I'm done. I'm done with forcing myself, my body into things I don't like. Well, I have a machine downstairs. It's a mirror, and you turn the mirror on, and it's full length. And then the instructors, you pick the class, and the instructor comes up, and I do dance cardio, you all. I dance, I dance, I dance. And you can dance for 30 minutes, 15 minutes, 60 minutes. Now, this machine has been in my house for 4 years, yo. For a whole year. For a whole years. I can't tell you how many times I turned it on. And these couple of weeks, I have been going down there. And even no matter how tired I am, when I go down at night and I dance, and I have special shoes, they're golden. They're gold shoes. So I dance in my gold shoes, feeling really good. And they have a Tabata and they have a yoga that's like 10 minutes after, so I can do a cool down. And do you know the hot tub is right outside that room?
Yes.
And I was like, oh my gosh, I have a whole spa in the house. And they have meditation, and the people who teach meditation, these two Black women. And I'm like, oh, I can dance and then wind down with yoga and then do a settling meditation and jump in the hot tub. And I don't even have to go down several floors because I'm already down there. And I was like, this has been available to me for 4 years. Why am I just discovering it? Now, there's something to be said for my readiness, but I feel like my awakening here is a metaphor for the rest of my life. That in so many aspects of my life, it has felt like life has been withholding. But what I have wanted and most desired has been available to me the whole time. But I wasn't present to it. And so I'm really rethinking much about my life in the spaces where it appears to be a gap between my lived experience and my desire. And I am asking, is the gap my own presence or commitment? Rather than that state or that experience itself. I mean, I was blown away, you all. I know it doesn't sound like a big thing, but I was blown away that all of that was right there. And yet my dominant operating system was the struggle and having to go too far to get what I want, to relax and to blah, 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 blah. And it was not true. It was just practiced. Yeah, okay, I'm done.
No, I love that. This has been available to me for years. Why am I just now discovering it? And perhaps the gap is my own presence and commitment rather than the condition or state. It's so easy to be like, well, because of this, I can't. But I don't know if you heard, there was the slightest crack in your voice when you said, why am I just now discovering it? And I don't know if you heard, but there was also a shift in that. And it was beautiful to witness and to hear, and almost felt like I'm not sure. I'm thinking somehow of turning some faucet or air or something on that kind of covers the multitudes. That like you're turning it on perhaps for you, but like it covers all of us. So we are sitting with you in this discovery and enjoying it for you. I think a couple of people in the chat invited themselves over to your spa. But I'm here for it. So, yes. Maybe the gap is our presence and commitment rather than the conditions or state. Alicia, then Aisha.
I just want to say, Miss Rebecca, thank you for being obedient because this is something that I also too struggle with. Not being able to get to gyms and other places, it's the betterment of my wellness, both physically and mentally and spiritually, all of those things. Thank you for being obedient and sharing that, because I think that was affirmation needed for me to say it's okay to be where I'm at. It's okay to exercise at home. It's okay to use steps. It's okay to use, canned goods for strengthening. It's okay to use, press balls to do, retention, all those things. So thank you for being obedient, because I was like, I you just feel down. I see people go to the gym and all of those things. I'm like, I can't do that. And so now I know that I can do the same thing they're doing, it's just at home in a different way. So I just want to, echo that, and thank you for sharing that.
Yes, yes, and more yes. What is accessible, unavailable, whatever tends to our joy, or whatever we can do that brings out the best of who we are. And it should be enjoyable. Time spent with self should feel good. It should feel good. And we get to decide. Thank you for calling those things out, Miss Alicia. And Rebecca, thank you for modeling. I should go for it.
Yes. Thank you so much for sharing that, Miss Rebecca. And hearing you talk about it, I related a lot. Even not even I don't necessarily have a whole spa, right? But something as simple as just cleaning my bathroom and making it in a way that makes it feel comfortable for me to take as much time in there as I want. That alone is so powerful. Um, I we've been snowed in, right? Well, not necessarily snowed in, because Chicago doesn't do snowed in. But it's snowing and I don't want to leave the house. So, but I still have, a goal for myself of getting my steps in, right? I'm like, I don't want to leave the house, but I could just turn on the TV, right? And watch someone else walk and walk with them, you know? And that allows me to still do that form of exercise basically at home by myself. Um, but more specifically, that was just a direct example, but I have found, and I didn't want to share my letter from God just because it was quite personal. Um, I have found that I've needed a lot more alone time lately, and in that alone time, kind of continuously, I've been getting this word, I guess, from divine. It's been from other people. I mean, I can't tell you how many people I've met in the last few months who are like, you need to sing, you need to sing, you need to sing again. And if any of you all know me or grew up with me, like many of you do, you knew that I sang a lot frequently in my youth in St. Louis. And I was always in choirs. And I said, okay, when I go back to Chicago, okay, I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna sing again. I'll find a group or something to sing with. I'll find a choir. I'll find a band. I'll find something to sing with. And that hasn't happened, even though it was something I really wanted. And I was like, man, why is it everything I'm trying to do to sing again is just falling apart? And it wasn't until I finished unpacking that I came across an old iPad. This iPad is probably from 2012. I don't even know how it's still working because it's been in a non-temperature controlled storage unit for about 3 years. Okay. So, but the iPad turned on, and I think I used this iPad maybe twice before I put it in storage. And on there was this software called GarageBand that I was not familiar with, but it allows you to make music basically on the iPad. And I had no idea that was a thing. And I had all these ideas in my head of like why I can't sing. Well, I don't know how to make music, and I don't have anyone to sing with me, or I don't know how to write lyrics. And it's been crazy how all those excuses or quote unquote obstacles have just kind of faded away. And I've been finding a way to sing again on my own. Like you said, that just sometimes it's your perception, it's the perceived obstacle, it's not a real obstacle, and that's been nice just for my spirit to have an opportunity to creatively express myself again, even on my own. No, I was not singing last Friday. That was someone else. So yes, but that was all. I just want to share that with y'all.
I love so much about what you stated, um, particularly around a passion and a talent that is calling you forth again. It's so representative, like it's creative. It requires it wants you to. I'm thinking, I'm seeing in my head like a sinking into, but it's a sinking into you by way of something that you already love to do. I'm familiar with GarageBand. I don't know nothing about it, but you know, we can put all the things in front of us instead of the what Rebecca said, just do it. Instead of Misha's act like you know and stop playing. It sounds like it's a whole lot of that going on, goings ons. Um, and we're excited with you to see what comes forth. And since I've never heard you sing, now that we know. I already think somebody said that they got a project. So we waiting. Brittany, thank you for that, Aisha.
Hey, so I ended up writing my letter as a poem.
Mm.
So I'll share that now that I've put my final touch. Can y'all hear me okay?
Mhm.
Okay. I've been watching how you be holding the day. Like a bowl filled past, yes, but don't spill what's sacred. Names live in your hands now. Land lives there too. Stories, futures, folks not born yet. That's why you carry it all with care. And yet you've been holding yourself before anybody ever holds you. Before anybody said, come here. But see, I be holding you too. This divine assignment be yours through and through. You be the one who hears beneath noise. You be the body that know truth before the mouth catches up. You be the fire that burn wild and the fire that's trying to live. You be devotion, with dirt still under the nails. You be building even when the floor gives out. You be tending when nobody asks who tending you. You be choosing life, with grief sitting right there beside you, not behind you, not yet done with you. You don't need to shrink to stand close to me. You don't need to soften what you see so plain. Your grief don't be lack of hope. Your fierceness don't be damning. You be exactly who I made you to be, because you a reflection of me.
Girl.
Ooh, girl. Period. Snap, snap, clap, clap, stomp, stomp, speak,
Brittany,
speak.
yes.
Come on, Brittany.
But see, I be holding you too. One, you don't need to shrink to sit close to me. Two, and the third one, I couldn't even write fast enough. So I only have bits and pieces of that. My God, on today again. Mm-hmm. Yep, to all of that. I hope you read that
Baby.
every day. And if you don't read it every day, I hope you are reminded of it every day. Because that is the hype man that we all need in our ear on snowy days. That is the hype man. Hype woman, hype being, hype mirror, glam bot, whatever it is. That
Glam
is
bot.
that energy. Yeah. That didn't feel like a glam bot to you?
Okay, period. But
Okay.
the line, the two I put in the chat, the two that was I also had put the I be holding you too, but the one that hears beneath the noise.
Yes.
Okay. The
Was that
one that
before
is
the one
building,
with the before the mouth catches up? That was truth.
baby. The
Mm.
and the building even when the floor is giving out. Child, listen.
Now, Bertini, no one in this group would plagiarize or even attempt to say they wrote that. But darling, that's something you need to put in the email and send to your Spirit Rising family. Baby, it was so much in that. I'm just overwhelmed.
We do. I think we do want it. Am I in agreement that we want that sent out? I mean,
Come
is
on
anybody
now.
else? Okay,
Come
not
on.
just Mama Urana. Send it to the thread now.
collective.
To the collective, right?
I said our
It-
Spirit
it-
Rising family, yes.
And if you feeling saucy, a voice note would be real cute because the
Oh, a voice note.
A
Not even
voice.
gonna hold you. Y'all.
Oh, wait, look, now we
if
finna turn into assignment because you know
you and
Brittany
Aisha
has all
finna,
those sound
collab
instruments.
right quick.
If she's okay, I can really isolate it from this video.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Okay, period. So basically, we need a track.
And someone put in the chat, I think that was Carolyn, Aisha, we need to hear your voice in Spirit Rising one morning. Come on, because I've never heard you sing. Would love to.
Ooh. Bertini, that got me all kind of hype. I don't even know how to explain. Like that got me all kind of hype.
Now, what's the
I
game?
just wanna throw in here before y'all ask me to do more singing. I said I like to sing. I never said I was good at singing. I just want that to be known. Yeah.
We trust.
That's true. I heard you sing at Empower's New Year's Eve event. Had to be at least, it was before COVID. So it had to be like 7 or 8 years ago, Aisha. And you took the microphone and you had a beautiful voice. So I'm not going to support in that you like to sing but can't sing. So
People
yes,
already only believe in you about that much. So
You told that story, Aisha, that you sang a lot in bunches of choirs.
Yes.
At all. So whatever that spirit is that's telling you can't, you're not good enough, don't compare yourself in that gift that you've been given to anybody else. Please share it with us. Thank you.
Well, Misha was saying in the chat, Misha said you tried it. So that's what's up. You tried it.
And Bertini blew her cover because Bertini says, yes, you are. Stop the lies. Come on, Aisha.
I was trying not to put Bertini out there for that one.
It's in the chat.
Mom, you ready to say it's already out there?
Love, love, love. Does anyone else want to share?
I just want to say I'm leaving feeling really fulfilled and inspired. Love you all. Love you all.
Bye, you too.
Peace. Peace.
Okay, it is 108. I hope my desire for the collective is that you do more intentional talking with in this manner to source, God, spirit, divine, internal, whatever it looks like for you, in the best ways to evoke your hype man. Because really that's what we spent time doing. We are me forever, always. Act like you know, stop playing, just do it. This has been available to me for years. But see, I be holding you to. We just keep hyping ourselves up by way of our own divinity, through the lens and rope of love, belonging, and connection that is always there. Consistently dismantling all of these notions and ideas that something separates, something has the power to separate ourselves from ourselves, but ourselves from each other and ourselves from source. Constantly standing in that. The power is simply growing in this space. And again, as we mentioned earlier, it is simply evidence that not just in this moment, but that so many have done this before. So many have paved the way for this kind of strength to once again be alive and resonant, pure, big, vast, and expansive while expanding. That we have continued access to it regularly to create, to manifest, to draw closer, to make bigger, to create the world we desire because it is, like En Vogue said, already within, already a part of who we are. This week, let us move forward, knowing that we can never be separate from what is inherent in us. Let us go knowing that the depth of our most divine selves is no further than our own breath. May we trust that all that is holy is never withheld from us. And may we constantly honor our preparation and our readiness as we discover more and more about who we are. May our power continually be allowed to present itself to us fully. And as we leave this space, may we walk with courage and with alignment. May we walk in the knowing that love is always working with us, through us, because of us. May love rise in you like breath. May joy meet you like a friend. May spirit whisper to your heart when the world gets loud. And may we return to this sacred container once again, whole and willing, next week. If you all please come off of mute, say your goodbyes to the space and to the room. We have done some powerful work, not just this week, but this month.
Ashe, oh, Rebecca's hand is up, and Adonde, I would really love. Thank you so much. Okay, for your stewardship of this space and for your leadership. Thank you, everyone in this space. Adonde, I still want you to send out that email that's in your draft. They got the song, whatever it had in it. And when you send it out, you can send out this chat from her. Right. Look, you can send out everything. Brittany's the ripped version of Brittany's poem, the chat from her, whatever you was gonna put in the email beforehand. Thank y'all so much. I love y'all.
I love it.
We love you too.
Okay.
Hey, everybody. Just
Thank
quick.
you, everyone.
Adonde, as always, thank you for your spiritual leadership. We absolutely love and adore you as our director of ministry. That stated, next Sunday is the first Sunday of the month. And you know that means I'm supposed to be up. And that's my birthday week.
Happy birthday!
Appreciate it. I appreciate it. So here's what I want to ask the community. Would you all like to meet in person?
Ooh.
If you say yes, that has implications. So we have a space. We don't use the space for coming together because we're so used to being online. Quite honestly, in the wintertime too, it becomes easier for us just to plug in from our respective spaces. But if there is a desire to meet in person, then I will do so over at our Vanderventor Center. So just let me
Yes.
know. Yes? Okay. Okay, yeah, I see pending now.
Who's bringing food? Who's bringing food?
Yeah, you can, Miss Alicia.
There we go.
I take my phone ring. I'll be right back. I take my phone ring. I'll be right back.
You know what I'm saying? Let me not get in the way of you bringing a good meal. We have tea at the center, and there might be some snacks or something. But if you want to bring things, you most certainly maybe we do that and I get a cake and celebrate my birthday. I don't know. I'm gonna see how the spirit moves. But we are at 3148 North Vanderventor, y'all. So let's plan to be there. I will still do, I guess, the Spirit Rising on the Zoom too. Adonde, we have that owl you bought. I don't know how to use it.
Okay.
But if you give me a tutorial between now and then, I suppose I can get it out of storage or wherever it is, and put that up to, or we just have Zoom as best as I can do it. But everybody at 11 o'clock, 3148 North Vanderventer, and we'll keep it open for Zoom.
Yay.
All right, y'all.
Let me go back up. But Shani asked, what's the owl?
Where is it?
I said, where is it?
Mm-hmm.
It's either in storage. It's definitely not at the center. So it's either in storage or it's in the electronics box in the garage, in my garage.
Okay. Yeah, because I didn't see it in storage. I was looking for it when we did the reorganization. Yeah.
It may be
Okay.
in the electronics box. Remember, I made a habit of keeping the electronics box on site. So because all those things have to be charged before we can use them, and we have no charger in storage.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, everybody. Love you. Bye-bye.
Love y'all.
You
It's
all.
Sunday.
Thank you, Dante.
Absolutely, Mama Love. Anytime. Enjoy your
Love
Sunday.
you all. See y'all next week.
Sounds good.
All
I love
right.
it.
Alicia, you bringing chicken?
See y'all next week.
Love you,
Bye, y'all.
Alicia. Bye,
Happy
baby.
Sunday.
Adande?
Yeah.
Can I ask you, since we already have you on, or like would you rather me call you? I just wanted to
Thanks, Tasha.
touch base about Diamond Divas.
Oh, yeah. Let's definitely have